What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is my Charlotte FC versus Orlando City match preview, and we're going to go ahead and dive straight into it. Starting out first, of course, with the formation 4-1-3-2, same as last week. This formation seems to be a preference to Miguel, and it does pretty well for us, works pretty well for us. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I thought last week we probably had our best defensive game of the season, especially being on the road. Aside from some early game mishaps and blunders, I thought we grew into the game and we started to frustrate Colorado. So we can do some of that against Orlando. I think we'll be fine. Reading off my predicted match sheet, in goal, of course, Kalina, no change there. Across the back, left to right, Moore, Fuchs, Kududro, Lindsay. I thought they played pretty well last week. There's still some areas that we can improve on, but for the most part, I thought they played pretty well. Moving up to midfield, we have Barnacle at CDM. I thought he played really well last week. And there is one change I want to make to the starting 11, and that's bringing Bender back in off the left-hand side. I think it's his ability to drive the ball forward and make stuff happen on the ball is important to us offensively, and I think we slot him back in. I think we maybe score 1 or 2 goals, if not more, playing on the counter, and I'll touch on that in a little bit. Continuing through the midfield, we have TT Ortiz and Franco, and up top we have Daniel Rios and Karol Swiderski, and I think the more game time they get together, their chemistry is going to get better, as you can still see they're figuring each other out still. One will want the ball here while the other's doing something else, and the more game time they get together, the better for them and the better for us. Reading off now some of Orlando's recent results. They lost last week 0-3 against the New York Red Bulls, and they really got countered to death. Orlando controlled majority of the possession, I think about 65%. Meanwhile, New York had 17 shots, 6 on target. Meanwhile, Orlando only had 3. Which leads me to say, if we can stay compact and counter them, I think we'll be fine, which is why I want Bender back into the starting lineup. Because I think if we can sit back, take some of the pressure, and beat them over the head with the counter, similar to how New York did, I think that's how we get a result here. Looking at the rest of their results here, they beat the Tampa Bay Rowdies 2-1 in the U.S. Open Cup. They beat Columbus Crew and Chicago 2-0 and 1-0 respectively. So they're in a pretty good run of form. Aside from the loss last week, so they're going to be confident they can get a result here against us, especially with our road form being one of the worst in the league. Looking at some of our recent results here, like I mentioned, 0-0 against Colorado. Picked up our first ever road win against the Greenville Triumph in the U.S. Open Cup in extra time, but a win is a win. And we lost 2-1 to the New England Revolution, which I thought our players underestimated New England. They came in very flat. New England was in a terrible run of form, and with us recently beating them a couple weeks before, I think that our players just assumed it would be a cakewalk, and it wasn't. So we have to stay sharp still if we want a result, because there are no easy games when you're playing professional sports. And of course, the 1-0 win against Atlanta. So we've been in an up and down run of form, and to finish out this road trip with a win would be great, confidence-wise for the team. Picking up our first ever road win, first ever road draw, and we can close out with a win here. We have 3 straight home games in May, and I think that would really spark a really strong run of form for us. But you got to take advantage of the road games where they come. With that being said, my match prediction here, I'm going to go 2-1 us. Like I mentioned previously, if we can stay compact, beat them over the head with the counter, I think that's how we get a result here. We can't turn this into a shootout, as I don't think our back line, the back line's still shaky. So I think if we stay compact, I think we'll be fine. If you like the content, please like, subscribe. It'll help the channel out a lot. That's all I have for you. For the crown, be easy. Peace.